They've been holding this the entire commercial break. We're not kidding. And Swoop said he could hold everybody, so maybe next commercial break, we'll just have him at the bottom, everyone going up to the top. 30th year Friday Night Sports Extra. One of the cool things we're doing this season, honoring one of the most inspirational figures that we've come across in all our time here in Spokane. Jason Malik, the former West Valley star, receiving a scholarship to play football at Idaho last year, of course diagnosed with cancer, and we're honoring him this year with the Jason Malik Award for Toughness. If you have a nominee, they don't need to be a player. They could be a coach, a trainer, anyone affiliated with the school. Send us an email to sports@700ESPN.com. We'd love to hear your nominees.
Speaking of toughness, how about the three people on the bottom here, the three mascots holding that for a lot longer than we told them it was going to be. All right, let's head out to Deer Park, Lakeside, and guess what, everybody? We found a mascot. We found one. Yes, hashtag save the mascot. Opening possession for Lakeside. Cameron Gay with the play action. It's Shea Hutler in the back of the end zone. 6-0 Eagles. Deer Park trying to answer back. Tyson Jorgensen fumbles the snap, though. Ball going back to Lakeside. Second quarter, keep your eye on Nick and Annie in the inside feed, spins out of that tackle, and watch this, the Nestea plunge into the end zone. Haven't seen that in a while. 14-0 Eagles. Later in the first, Gay just going to heave one down to 5'6" Drew Schuler. He pulls it down for 6. Lakeside looking good in Northeast A. They get a big win, 55-9. How about over to Freeman? Colville in town. No mascots. I know Freeman has the mascot. Where you at? Hashtag save the mascot. Let's pick the game up in overtime. Colville gives it to Noah Robbins. Good idea because he turns the corner. He's in. 14-7 Indians. Freeman has to go to the bag of trickeration. Jack Pockard off the halfback pass. Kagan Lure gets it and spins into the end zone. Ties it at 14, headed to double overtime. Scotty's with the ball. JT Neely, quarterback, climbing the pocket, looking over the middle, but he's picked off by Ben Darcy. That's a dead ball, so Colville gets it with a chance to win it, and they do. Jack Hines with the quarterback keeper. He scores. The Colville Indians go to Freeman and get the win in double overtime. Not many teams can do that. 20-14, the final.
Obviously, the mascot's here tonight, but last week, how about the Reardon band? They killed it. Tonight, their team back in action, so we were back in Reardon. No mascot, but check out the water boy. Put him in, coach. Opening quarter, Springdale punting away, and not so fast. A high snap, and nothing Matthew Donahue can do about it. Gobbled up, so the Indians headed the other way. Toss goes to James Barris. Wiggles his way in between a trio of defenders. Somehow hits pay dirt as Reardon jumps on top early. Then later in the half, special teams, and they'll cost you, kids. DJ Swigger pulls a Tyler Lockett. A loose ball, the thing must be slippery. The Indians falling on this thing. The drive, though, would stall. They'd score in the next one and score a whole lot more as Reardon rolls 32-0.
We have all these mascots here that are chiseled, and then we have Otto. So I decided I'd rub the belly for some good luck. Kettle Falls making one of the longest trips down to visit Colfax. Let's go out to Colfax for the highlights in this one. Couldn't find the Bulldog. We did find him on the side of the equipment shed, though. Colfax up large to the half. That trend would continue. In the second, Keith G. Feller takes off, and if anyone saw Arizona State UCLA last week, he's scoring like the Sun Devils did in their final drive, carrying guys for 40 yards after all that heavy lifting. Gives it off to Dane Hall. Dives in for 6. Bulldogs in complete control. And what do you do when you're up 5 scores? You go for 2. G. Feller to Jared Neal in for the conversion as Colfax routes Kettle Falls. Final score 36-0.
It just kind of makes me nervous. These guys don't say a word. Now they're over here powwowing. I don't know what they're planning. I don't think it's good. So let's just roll the highlights here, okay? In Shaleem, look at that drive, and no mascot needed when you have that view. Opening quarter, Hunter's knocking on the door, and J.R. Steele calls his own number, spin move and all, as the visitors draw first blood. Then later in the first, Taryn Musey takes the handoff and darts up the middle, dragging defenders with him, brought down just short of the goal line, but very next play, the senior running back finishing off, well, what he started, finds the edge, and then the end zone. That knots this thing up at 6 apiece. Second quarter now, and Jaden Erickson tosses it to Terrence Holford. How about the concentration? Who is this guy? David Tyree hangs on to it, pays off with a TD as the Hornets, they pile it on. 60-60, the final.
I think I have a helmet on or something. I'm not really quite sure what's going on. We have established, though, that I'm really terrible at counting. That's why I normally get the 8-man games. Not sure why Sarah did this week. But, hey, I got another one, too. Welpenit taking on Entia in this one. No mascot, but you got to ride the sled, right? Early on, Alberto Quezada turning the burners on and running away from the defense. Tigers pulling in front by a score. Second quarter, Are these dudes rocking Oregon State jerseys in honor of our photog John Hendricks? I think so. Edwin Medina with the TD extending the lead. Welpinett trying to get something going on offense, and this constitutes a something. Jake Brown on in the TD catch, but it wasn't enough as Welpinett falls 76-12.
We've had some awesome plays this year. You know what would be a great play of the week? How about the hidden ball trick? How about that? You don't even know who has the ball. Let's look at this week's plays of the week. Start off with play number 3.
Play number 3 from last night at Albee, Lewis, and Clark. How about Jordan Summers to Leo Hagigi? The fingertip grab. Love this there. Apologize if I just butchered your last name.
Play of the week number 2. We head out to Lakeside and Nick Anani on the inside feed. Okay, the spin move, love it, but that wasn't even the best part. How about the front flip in the end zone? Yeah, we'll take that for the second play of the week.
People my age call that the Nestea plunge, Sarah. I know you've never heard of it. Let's go back out to Freeman in overtime. Freeman's Jake Pockard on the halfback pass hits Keegan Lure, sends this game to double overtime. The Indians would win it from there, but a heck of a play by the Scotties for play number 1 of the week. Tell you what, having a lot of fun here with the mascots. What are you going to do with that ball there, Will?
I was hoping that we had a dog in here to play fetch with, but hey, Otto said he'd play, so here we go. We'll give this one a try.
He's a Spokanosaurus. That's what they'll all
Hey!
That's it for Friday Night Sports Extra. More news here after the break.